Hello, my name is Tahini. I'm a third year at Cal Poly. I'm a business admin major and I'm concentrating in accounting. Something interesting about me is that I'm on the Cal Poly triathlon team and I've been competing in triathlons for about 1 to 2 years now, and actually just had a race yesterday. So the reason that I got into triathlon is due to the fact that I've been running since about sixth grade. I started doing cross country in sixth grade and I did it all through middle school and high school. Then I also started doing track and field in high school. And then when I got into college, I had a little bit of a swimming background from my younger years and I started swimming again and then joined the triathlon team eventually. So that's kind of the reason why I really like McFarland. I was really able to connect to this movie just because it's all about running and like perseverance and like cross country. And I really thought that the movie was like really good for because I was able to resonate with it really well. I mean, the actual like plot and movie probably wasn't the best, but just because I was able to connect to it on a really personal level, like I could picture myself in some of the scenes running the races, and I just felt like I was almost in the movie sometimes. And then like after watching the movie, when I'd do more track races and cross country races, I'd think of the characters and try to like run faster because of it. Something specific that I really liked from McFarland is the last scene where Danny Diaz, who is not really the best runner on this team, came together and really was the reason why they're able to win the state championship. And I really like this scene because in high school I wasn't really the best runner on my team either, and it was really inspiring to see how it was possible to still be a really good point scorer for your team even if you're not the best runner. So even though I was able to connect to McFarland really well, the film that we'll be really discussing today is Within Our Gates. And now I'm not able to connect to this film as much as McFarland due to the huge gap in from when it was released to when I was born. It's been over 100 years now. And however, I still find this film very intriguing. And the scene that I'm going to be talking about is Old Ned preaching to the church. And specifically, I will be talking about his gestures and expressions in this scene and how they're used to convey an emotion and help the firm's verisimilitude. Initially, I didn't know what scene I wanted to talk about. While watching the film, the scene particularly caught my eye. I was initially a little confused about Old Ned since Geraldine stated how he, quote, kept Negroes in place. I thought this was surprising because he was black himself. What really caught my attention in this scene was how the people were acting during the service. Although Old Ned didn't believe what he was really saying, and he, quote, sold my birthright for all for a miserable mess of pottage, unquote, the pastor was still flailing his arms all over the place, and it looked like he was really shouting in this scene. In particular, I think this is really true of the real world as well, because whenever I see great speeches in church, the pastors are really over the top in their gestures and expressions. And the people sleeping during the service is also something that made the film even more realistic, as some people can find church very boring. Finally, all of the people jumping up and down helps the verisimilitude of the film, as Catholics get really into the message being conveyed at church.